In truth, Freud sees nothing and understands nothing. You can't save anyone who wouldn't save themselves without you. It's the hardest lesson to learn in life, take it from me. At times, it can feel like the loneliest place on earth because it's just us, alone with our unanswered prayers. Every man reaches his destination if he just keeps walking. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Life is a long, agonized illness only curable by death. Your worth consists in what you are and not in what you have. Fallon affected my body in weird ways, but only because she's different, I told myself. We all know we're one day closer to the end when we wake up in the morning. We just kid ourselves that it's not happening. I will not let anyone scare me out of my full potential. The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. I have made a ceaseless effort not to ridicule, not to bewail, not to scorn human actions, but to understand them. Instead of complaining about the problem and blaming others, start finding the solution. In life, you need either inspiration or desperation. People who work in an environment where doing their best is recognized have a better chance of feeling good about their work. I woke up incredibly grateful today. I'm allowing myself to bask in this feeling. There is no standard normal. Normal is subjective. There are 7 billion versions of normal on this planet. Your conscience is the measure of the honesty of your selfishness. Listen to it carefully. There's nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Maybe you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Firework. A true friend doesn't have guts. They beat you up and later plead with you to beat them back. If you dare nothing, then when the day is over, nothing is all you will have gained. We cannot go far in life if we only take the path that everyone is taking. The mind is everything. What you think you become. If you want to see a rainbow, you have to learn to see the rain. Make life easier by living in the present and believing in the future. When you compare the sorrows of real life to the pleasures of the imaginary one, you will never want to live again, only to dream forever. It takes too much energy to be against something unless it's really important. I don't fancy colors of the face. I'm always attracted to colors of the brain. We are animals, and as animals we kill to survive. Unfortunately, some of us are monsters and kill just because they can. Faith and reason are like two wings of the human spirit by which it soars to the truth. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants. If you're going to kick authority in the teeth, you might as well use 2 feet. Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul. Almost everything is changeable, improvable, and achievable unless the laws of nature prevent it from happening. It's not important whether you lose or win. What is that you participate and play? One fine day your experience will make you win. It is much easier to be brave if you do not know everything. Listen to me, Thorfinn. You have no enemies. No one has any enemies. There is no one that you should hurt. Though the road's been rocky, it sure feels good to me. An unbreakable mask and cunning are the keys for executing a plan flawlessly. You don't have to make something that people call art. Living is an artistic activity. There is an art to getting through the day. You must learn to let go. Release the stress. You were never in control anyway. How terribly sad it was that people are made in such a way that they get used to something as extraordinary as living. The worst decisions in life we make are always the one we make out of fear. If life's an exercise in making memories, no one really goes away as long as they are remembered. To realize the truth, you have to cross the boundaries of all religions and prophets. I enjoy growing older and wiser and learning from my mistakes every single day. Life is too short when you think of the length of death. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth. I know it isn't fashionable. Travel brings wisdom only to the wise. It renders the ignorant more ignorant than ever. If people make fun of you, that probably means you're doing something right. If you try to change it, you will ruin it. Try to hold it, and you will lose it. You'll never find a rainbow if you're looking down. In wisdom gathered over time, I have found that every experience is a form of exploration. Sometimes success isn't about making the right decision, it's more about making some decision. Pagangtang Gangku, Tapi Jangon Turlila Arat, Karina Aku Injin Siring Dan Bukan Didring. It is not by believing, but by doubting that one can attain to the truth, which is ever-changing form and condition. Those who achieve the extraordinary are usually the most ordinary because they have nothing to prove to anybody. Be humble. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you will ever have. When one experiences truth, the madness of finding fault with others disappears. The price we have paid for expecting to be so much more than our ancestors is a perpetual anxiety that we are far from being all we might be. Never hide things from hardcore thinkers. They get more aggravated, more provoked by confusion than the most painful truths. Feel free to argue with the man with a gun. Only make sure there are no bullets in it. It would be so nice if something made sense for a change. In the end, you have to choose whether or not to trust someone. Your brain and thoughts are the last things you want working against you. Make sure they don't. You must be the best judge of your own happiness. The hardest thing about the road not taken is that you never know where it might have led. Having nothing to struggle against, you have nothing to struggle for. Being true to yourself is the greatest force to uncover the soul. Every decent con man knows that the simplest truth is more powerful than even the most elaborate lie. The bird of paradise alights only upon the hand that does not grasp. It might be possible that the world itself is without meaning. When you are present in gratitude, you can't be anywhere else. The truth is not always beautiful, nor beautiful words the truth. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. Scar tissue is stronger than regular tissue. Realize the strength, move on. We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine. Luck is a matter of preparation meeting opportunity. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. The one who falls and gets up is stronger than the one who never tried. Do not fear failure, but rather fear not trying. When you chase a dream, you learn about yourself. You learn your capabilities and limitations, and the value of hard work and persistence. It may be unfair, but what happens in a few days, sometimes even a single day, can change the course of a whole lifetime. Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. Be the leading light in your own life and break free from your socially constructed boxes to become better, bolder, and brighter. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. Lower your expectations, but never lower your standards. I just want to teach people how to be comfortable. Stop being so scared. To be heroic is to be courageous enough to die for something. To be inspirational is to be crazy enough to live a little. Spoon feeding in the long run teaches us nothing but the shape of the spoon. A man must not be without shame, for the shame of being without shame is shamelessness indeed. The more powerful the class, the more it claims not to exist. We can't become what we need to be by remaining what we are. No matter how good you get, you can always get better, and that's the exciting part. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. I have always thought that all philosophical debates are ultimately between the partisans of structure and the partisans of goo.